Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the series I'm doing for Halloween. This is a part through where we take a look at the alternate universes of the Treehouse of Horror, The Simpsons. I have 3 creatures that shall appear on the screen. All are terrifying creatures, Halloween related. Now, it's time. All copyright goes to 20th Century Fox, The Simpsons. Now, Chapter 1, A Tale of Two Universes. Our story begins with the first 3 episodes, all being connected under Earth 2. The only problem is that in the second Treehouse of Horror, it's revealed that Homer has Mr. Burns' head attached to him because of an accident. However, this is most likely a dream, even though they put it as not the timeline wouldn't make sense. Understand that it's The Simpsons, but come on, just for posterity, please. Now, in episode 4, Bart does the intro of how younger viewers may not like this, and tells the tales. Therefore, it must be a part of the canon, which means that is really Earth 2, being that we saw that first. Which means our old Earth 2, Earth 3. And now, they have hard time getting a connection to any other universe. However, they are able to find some weird hole from that Twilight show about his own. And it's able to connect them to Universe 4. With Freddy Krueger. With the Freddy Krueger episode and the other one. This all packed into one episode in my mind. Well, I don't know if the Freddy Krueger one came directly right there. I'm going to have to rewatch that. But I believe that's 5. Anyway, through the 3D dimension that Homer goes through is how they got their connection. You see, Homer in Homer 3D is transported to Earth 0, a replica of ours. That is how they get their connection to alternate horrific universes. That is how we find. That is how we are able to watch. They are presenting it. They are our features. Now it's time to get on to the more complex. Chapter 1 is over, and I think so. Let's close the book on Earth 2 for a little bit, shall we? Chapter 2, Timeline, Part 1. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce Earth 4, in which Bart gets the Shining, Homer goes crazy, and they get frozen in ice, and it's up to the viewer on whether or not Homer kills them. He doesn't, and if you want to connect the storyline, Mr. Burns thaws them out, and they go home. And then Homer accidentally creates a time machine toaster and goes back in time. Does whatever, resets the timeline, stopping Bart from having the Shining and creating lizard people, and most importantly, mist that turns people inside out. The Simpsons turn inside out. And that's how Earth 4 ends. In Earth 5, however, we get a kind of happier ending. Where, basically it starts with advertisements destroying the town. Yes, you heard that. Watch the episode. And, yeah. Now, they destroy the school. The school's rebuilt. And they get really just cut down on cheap stuff. Cheap doorknobs. Cheap fire extinguishers. It leads to Willie's death. And then Willie swears revenge, because of course he will. And he'll kill the children. He tries to, fails, but he's still alive, because, it's Freddy Krueger parody, if you didn't know. And then Homer goes to the 3rd dimension. It collapses on him. And then we end, kinda, on a note where Bart, captures Lisa and puts her in some sort of bottle that she created a universe of. mini universe with a bunch of people. Not universe, but yeah, basically mini humanity. They're futuristic. They think she's God. They think Bart is the devil. Yeah, that kind of stuff. But however, on the next Earth, Bart has an evil twin apparently. Turns out Bart's the evil twin. He gets locked. Then we get Sis and Kang, in which case they're all conquered by aliens. Yeah, most of these universes have a sad ending. But that is all for Chapter 2. Thank you for joining me, but first, let's go back to Earth 2. Yeah, they were using the multiversal transporter thing, the third dimension, as we call it, but they don't call it that, to gain our universe. However, that's collapsed. However, there's still a little bit of it, like enough to get a signal out to travel and all that type of stuff. Sorry. Recording issues. Ladies and gentlemen, the final chapter, Chapter 3, Timeline, Part 2. Okay, so Earth 7 is a weird place. Marge is more aggressive, Lisa is way less self-aware, and also, starts out as a radioactive apocalypse future, then goes to present day, then goes to past. Obviously, I'm putting it in reverse because that's how timelines usually go. And up next, we have Earth 8, a place where the Simpsons Krusty Clown doll attacked them. That was uncanon at first, just a silly story. But I'm adding it to the timeline now because of this. Also, the cat and the itchy and scratchy thing. Yeah, those people try to kill the Simpsons, but end up being their house pets in the end. And then Bart and Lisa turn into superheroes, and that's how that timeline ends. Now, the final 2 timelines. You may be wondering why I said 2, because if you notice, I'm doing the first 10 episodes, and this is the final episode. Oh yeah, also Earth 2, but before we get there, Earth 2 needs to come back. So it turns out that Maggie is an alien that Kodos and Kane, the fathers of, or just Kodos, or is it Kane? I can't remember, but anyway, yeah. We know this because in the 10th annual special, all the Kodos and Kane are talking about the big year. Everybody are dressed up like, reminder style episodes. However, most of them had been transformed back or were references. So they're most likely costumes. However, Maggie Simpson just kills Lisa. So that means that hers must be real, which means that, this means that Lisa is now dead in Earth 2 and that Maggie's story takes place in Earth 2. Now, all the way back to Earth 9, where I Know What You Diddly Did Last Summer happens. Oh yes, Flanders Werewolf kills Homer off screen. And then we get the superhero story I already told you about, that took place in our timeline. And then we get the Y2K story. Yeah, Homer Simpson turns out to work on a computer but did not fix his bug, and pew 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 pew, they're all dead. Well, no, it's apocalypse. Lisa and Maggie and Marge are able to get through the ship. However, Bart and Homer are left to die. However, they find a spaceship, board it. However, it's going into the sun with a bunch of celebrities that deserve to get shot into the sun, according to The Simpsons. Bart and Homer eject themselves because they would rather not listen to them sing, and they were going to get launched into the sun anyway. Yeah, pretty dark. But, that's how it ends, with 10 timelines for 10 Treehouse of Horrors. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I'm Hannibal Hector, and I've been your host. Now, why don't you do something for me? Subscribe. Comment below on whether or not you think I'm just full of hogey hogus, or if I'm right. Also, vote in the comments below if you want this to be a yearly tradition or do you want it to continue. Bye.